This one's going down. Leave their hull strewn across the stars.
The fuck is this? I deal 0 damage.
Macro cannon, volley!
Come on.
The time has come.
They crit.
We are exposed.
Ay, 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 the fucking hell. Miss after miss. And what about this unknown ships? Enemies of humanity Eldari. Chaos and Eldari. I guess you need ship upgrades for this. You just a shore. You can win, but it's a shore. Eldari blocks some of your starship posts with an unknown Xenos power. Several rounds to regain.
The course. Leave their hull strewn across the stars.
This is so idiotic.
Fire the last batteries.
Like, come on.
Onward! Fire! Right now!
Miss, 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 miss. Miss, 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 miss. Non-stop misses. Go to the planet. Fuck the ship battles. It's a shore. Well, still. It's a planet with a name, I guess we can land. Yep. It's the side quest. We receive a transmission from Falstone. It was sent by members of the Order of the Hammer, votaries of St. Cognatius, whose monastery is the only settlement on the planet. Or rather, it used to be. Some time ago, a transport vessel, the Navica, unloaded several thousand refugees from a planet belonging to rogue trader Winterscale. The Order of the Hammer has judged this invasion to be an act of aggression and is asking for your lordship's protection. We will not abandon people of faith in distress. Prepare a landing party and my shuttle. I'm taking the monastery under my protection. Prepare my shuttle. I'll shake it to the planet and resolve this conflict. Let's go. We got this too. I'm dead freaking thirsty though. I need a coffee if I want to continue playing. It's 9:42. How long have I been playing? Already 8 hours. That means it's a good game. I thought I was playing for 3 hours. That means it's a good game. It's gonna be a good game. Fucking 8 hours, man. I need a coffee or I can't play anymore. Be right back. Can't believe 8 hours passed. Давай. Мюсли. Что мюсли? Touch. Man, the pollution outside, I can't even open the door. Coronos expands. Monastery of Saint Ignatius Falstone. 11 days after the feast of the passing of the Nicomedes Keith, the champion of faith, disquieted marred the calm of the monastery of the Order of the Hammer. Countless tortured souls, steeped in fear, arrived on Falstone in a star bark. A great apostasy had befallen their home and turned them into abject wanderers seeking help and refuge. Their wicked, cruel captain, the owner of the Navica, had betrayed them. Once the unknowing souls in his care has made landfall on the world's surface, he most deviously recalled his shuttles and left, thus ridding himself of his duty of care to the unfortunate lot. Not knowing how they would survive in Falstone's grim wastelands, the forsaken people came to the monastery of Saint Ignatius. And there they surrounded its walls. They hammered their fists on its gate and implored and wailed, "Take us in, protect us." And what once was a place of serenity and grace was now full of din, disorder, and all manner of things despicable. The interlopers brought with them worldly futility and strife, and mayhap also the seeds of alluring blasphemies, if spindly heathens lurked in their midst. After a prayer, the prelate Hectarius turned his eye to the past in search of instruction, appealed to the great wisdom of Saint Ignatius, ordered that lethal force can be used against the interlopers, welcomed the interlopers warmly as his guests, appealed to the great wisdom of Saint Ignatius. While deep in prayer, there came to him a revelation that Saint Ignatius, a man of great endeavors, a warrior and a wise artificer, never cowered behind the walls of Librarium, but stepped bravely into darkness, carrying light in the palm of his hand, and he commanded others to do the same, and not only Falstone, but many other worlds of Coronos Expanse bear its imprint. After a prayer, the prelate Hectaricus turned his eye to the past in search of instructions, ordered the lethal force to be used against the interlopers, welcomed the interlopers. Turned his eye to the past in search of instruction. Prelate Hectaricus recalled the first missionaries to set foot on Falstone West Wasteland, led by their zeal for serving Saint Ignatius. And those missionaries had received the blessing of a Nicomedes Keith, the champion of faith, who had traveled with them in their star bark to found its place, humble and pure abode wherein to cultivate wisdom and piety. How bravely the brethren and sisters of the Order of the Hammer set out for the other planets when summoned thereto by their fate. and how steadfastly they kept worldly things beyond the walls of their secluded abode. For thus their covenant commended, after a prayer, the prelate Hectaricus welcomed the interlopers warmly as his guests. Unarmed and unarmored, the brethren and sisters of the Order of the Hammer came forth to meet the strangers, carrying water and protein victuals and medicinal herbs and jugs of promethium. They shared generously with the guests, but they were too few and the strangers too many. The interlopers came to blows over viands and blood was spilled, and many were trampled or mauled in the stampede, some of them dwellers of the monastery. They fled beyond their walls in fear, and rang the vox alarum, and shut the gate, and commanded the armed guards to keep watch over the gate, slaying any who approached. A quarrel broke out. The hungry and the sick lay siege in the monastery begging for help. In their spite, they blocked the water collector and unpowered the generatorium. The faithful in the meantime made ready to resist, and a miracle came to pass. The God Emperor sent his champion, his confidant, his right hand, the rogue trader of the blessed house of Van Valentius. May the light of his grace remain upon it forever. The blessed rogue trader summoned Prelate Hectaricus and the leaders of the interlopers to hold each to account for their deeds. Commanded his formidable boarding force to fall upon the interlopers and slay as many as could be slain. Extended a veil of protection over the interlopers, taking them into his care and thereby of all Falstone with them. Cast a contemptuous eye over the aftermath of the bloodshed and departed with words of abuse and reproach. Commanded his formidable boarding force to fall upon the interlopers and slay as many as he could be slain. And there was a great battle, and the accursed miscreants lost their lives in great numbers. The rest fled swiftly to the wastelands, there to hide in fear. Prelate Hectaricus sent a vox transmission to the rogue trader, beseeching, destroy us not, but extend a hand of protection over us, for these wicked people will return to exact their vengeance. The most exalted rogue trader gazed over Falstone's expenses and quote, now it's this mine. Quote, his gaze darkened, this world could be mine, but this not to be. Fare ye well, for I depart. Now it's mine. Trade empire is strong as long as it's growing, stable, sated domains, it will begin to crumble. And the faithful rejoiced that henceforth they would have an unwavering and mighty guardian, and they proclaimed it for all to hear. Singing hymns of glory, they unsealed the airlocks and opened the abode's gates. For a great endeavor in the glorious name of the rogue trader awaited them. Falstone was to be led to prosperity, and fate to triumph. After a prayer, the architects set to work in accordance with the saints' teachings and the parameters set forth in the standard template construct. They erected spacious living quarters and sturdy fort walls for the planetary militia, and a spacious auditorium wherein to trade and store goods, and a proud sensorium within whose walls clerics and servo bondsmen would maintain order and keep statistical records. And a new yet righteous way of life came to Falstone, and the people rejoiced, and all was good. Yeah. We can forget about fighting with the unknown ships until I see this shit fixed. I do not plan to fight the ship battles for 15, 20, 30 minutes. Like, it should be done in less than 3 minutes. Faster pace. Right now it's a chore. What do you mean there was a colony option? Where do you see a colony option? It's not a problem to reload. And it's not about if the battle is easy or not, it's how much time it takes to win. As far as I see, it's already explored and it gives resources. It gives people, provisions, and plasteel. That's about it. Colony, project list. Efficiency, contentment, security. Affects the ability of the colony to cope with negative events on its own. Contentment. Affects the amount of profit vector produced by the colony at the speed of projects in the colony, increasing and decreasing them by 10% for each point of contentment, respectively. Affects the amount of resources produced by the colony, increasing it by 10% for each point of efficiency. Fuck. There's a project list. I don't get a fucking thing over here. There are no explanations. Nothing. They just throw you in chapter 2 and you're expected to know all of this. For Saint Drusius, Infernical item, profit vector +7, contentment +5. It blocks the other two projects. Lord Captain's Void Ship gains the Emperor Retribution feature. Contentment, efficiency, security. The High Throne. Celestial Protector. The Shield of Fate feature. Retribution. I can't check them out. How can I know, man? Nah, I can't check them out. I don't even know what it is. Contentment. Holy Gifts. Infernical. Check the item. We're gonna go with a High Throne. What the fuck is this? What a fucking earth is this now? We need to wait for this to finish. That means I need to revisit the area. Come on. Profit vector above 40, it's 42. Resources, 12 provisions and 9 chemicals. And you get 9 people as resource. You raise profit vector. Reputation with Drusians above known face. You can always open colony manager within colonies, okay? And then the requirements are reputations that you get along the way with different factions. Hammer of it people. accuser of sin. Servo skull. Okay, okay. Off we go. Warp. I guess it's important to fight with those ships, but man, I'm way too fucking lazy to do it right now. System Speculo, Omicron, Frozen Prince, 1 million maps. Omicron. I hasten to report the disturbing news brought to me by the machine spirits of the ship. The matter is extremely delicate and concerns Lady Cassia. Disturbance to the crew's way of life. If you allow, I prepared a detailed report. Cassia is an honored guest on this void ship, and the voidsman must come to terms with all her oddities and caprices. And for those who cannot, lashes to every one of them. That's our navigator. Deliver report. The first incident occurred immediately after our departure from Urak 5. The lady navigator chastised one of the ship's runners, after which he went to his living quarters, killed his family, and then shot himself. The second incident was noted while traversing the warp. The lady navigator gave the pilots the wrong instructions and the void ship was thrown off course. For a matter of minutes, but this was enough for the forces of Imperium to anger the machine spirits enough for them to start a fire in the service at bay. After that, officers living near the lady navigator's quarters began to express extreme emotions: hysteria, apathy, euphoria, rage. This is quite detrimental to crew morale and performance. The last incident was recorded on Footfall. Around 100 living birds were delivered on board during our stay on Footfall. Each bird cost a hefty sum. I have failed to discover their purpose and subsequent fate. What? I was also told about a conflict between the lady navigator and the seneschal. Less with no details. If you like, you can ask Master Verzerian directly. Things are even worse with Jaya. I intercepted a voxcast in which she promised she would, and I quote, end that Kasha if she ever saw her again. If I may, the lady navigator's state of mind worries me. She is self-contained and does not mesh with the crew at all, which is why everyone avoids her. Even senior officers can be superstitious. I fear that only you are in a position to talk to her on equal footing and improve the situation for the sake of the crew's safety and that of Lady Cassia herself. Speak with Cassia. We're gonna speak with Cassia. To the bridge. Why do you all find kingdom management in Kingmaker terrifying? I really don't get it. It's very simple. You just need to read a fucking tutorial. If you know what building to place where and how to construct buildings, it gets very easy. If you just throw buildings out of nowhere, then it gets fucking tough. Boring and tedious. It depends, okay? It depends on how you look at stuff. Did you play games during 90s? Have you played Caesar 3, Pharaon, real-time strategies, okay? Where you build stuff? Red Alert, I don't know what else. Civilization. Crash, Kill and Destroy. 7 Kingdoms. Dune. Ground Control. Homeworld. If you play those, then you're gonna find Kingmakers, Kingdom Management, Basic, okay? Simplified version, or any Total War game, Rome. You're gonna find it simplified. Usually people that never played real-time strategies will hate Kingdom Management. And for Wrath of the Righteous, those that never played Heroes of Might and Magic or King's Bounty, they're gonna hate the Crusade. Will it come out in 2023 or 2024? Good question. I believe it's gonna be 2024. From what I've seen so far, 2024. I wish it was 2023, but I doubt. When it's gonna release on Steam, it's already on Steam. You just need to buy the game from the site. And you get a code and you install on Steam and you play. So basically the game is out. Not game length related. If they gave us 50 plus hours in 0.01 version, what do you think is gonna happen on 1.0 version? And now it also depends on the difficulty you play on. It's gonna be 300-400 hours for sure, with huge replay value. We need to speak with Cassia. She's scaring the crew members. There's Cassia. I heard rumors that you're not getting along well with the crew. Not here, I'm begging you. Our noblemen supposed to discuss such things away from the servants. Let's go into my study. Lead the way. What you wanted to talk about? Can't recall my having a single quarrel with any of your people during my entire time aboard. The messenger you rebuked butchered his own family and then killed himself. A kind young man with a shy smile and skillful fingers with too much rotten ochre on his shoulders. advised him to lighten his burden by casting the weight of his shoulders. During the warp voyage, you gave the wrong orders, which led us shifting course and the service bay being destroyed. So something in the warp, something vast, predatory, shimmering with indescribable colors, came from nowhere and stared at the ship with hundreds of hungry eyes. Right there in our path, I decided to change the course while it was still possible, but did not want to so panic. Would it have been better to tell the crew we were hiding straight into Munster's gaping maw? The officers are reluctant to be quartered next to your chambers because of the constant emotional outbursts it causes them. Some even maim themselves and others. I cannot control my abilities. What else do you want from me? Will I be assigned a pariah? Or do you put me in suppressing shackles? Why you need 100 species of bird, and what do you use them for? That was an accident. She became angry and suddenly the birds started pecking each other's eyes and attacking. Then I became afraid and they fell over dead. I could teach you the art of communication if you like. What? Read a treatise by Pythius the Mobius very recently, who claimed that subjects would never believe their new ruler was better than the old one unless the old one had been a tyrant. No matter the circumstances, the low-born rebel become deluded about their prospects and rebel in favor of their base desires. What do you make of that? Or tax, throw them a festival, or feed the needy. According to the 20 tomes penned by the preacher Oistach Istefan, the forgotten mercy and cruelty go through the world hand in hand, but people flock only to one pen of the scale. Would you rather inspire fear in your followers or be magnanimous and choose Eve? All exercise restraint and lenience. Duty, whether I like it or not. Where are we? The chains. Anything here? I guess that's the previous captain of the ship. Ta-da. Regain strength and heal the wounds. No, I won't play on custom difficulty, I just play on what they gave. Energy battery. Savannah world. Repair the hull. The ruins of an ancient imperial city were discovered on a dead world completely deprived of an ecosystem. According to the reports, the entire settlement is contained in a titanic glass dome that once held an artificial atmosphere. The augurs detected the framework of 3 other similar structures that were never completed. The dome systems failed for whatever reason, so now you're looking at a ghost city that never managed to become a proper colony of the Imperium. Send a crew to explore the city temple district, order the scouts to gather as many supplies as possible, drain the remaining fuel from the generator stations. The city won't need them anymore. Explore the local palace, leave the dead city. Send out a crew to explore the city temple district. Temple district was situated at the heart of the city. The god emperor's statue, intricately carved from precious crystal, is hovering under the dome, supported by chains of gold, and can be seen from anywhere inside the colony. Inspired by the majestic sight, the expedition members set to explore with renewed fervor and told many tales about the emperor watching them from above after they returned. Order the scouts to gather as many supplies as possible. Item received, Blessed Bolter Casey. Explore the local palace. uniform kit, mechanicus creations, ranged weaponry, and provisions. Drain the remaining fuel from the generator station. We received a ghost sword. Blessed bolter casing. Power sword. Eldari weapon proficiency. The mind world. Plus steel. Yeah. I bring dire news. A feud has broken out between the clans that maintain the Void Shield's array. Rumor has it that late Lady Theodora was seen on the lower decks. And so one of them families called for a rebellion against the usurper of the Void Ship. There is you. So far no one believes their mad tales, but unrest has begun at the fringes of their compartments. The ship's guards are ready to eliminate the instigating clan or pacify the entire Void Shield crew. The decision is yours. Who then thanks for the follow? Will real-time strategies make a comeback ever? No, they won't. It's a dead genre. Mega dead. Unless they make 3DO again. And that won't happen. It's an era long gone, okay, and if I have to play a real-time strategy now, picking between new real-time strategies or playing something old like Civilization 2 or, I don't know, Caesar 3 or Pharaon or Zeus, I would pick older games to play. What's the story about Lady Theodora? Rumors of her presence on the Void Ship have been circulating for a long time and appear to be a deliberate provocation rather than ordinary drunken ramblings. Perhaps someone is intentionally stirring up the masses to rebel against you. Or perhaps it's the influence of the warp. Security is already investigating, but right now we need to stop the conflict from escalating any further. As long as the unrest continues, the void ship shields will not be operating at full capacity. Find the source and punish. The Seneschal Varserian would say there are no innocents in such cases. The clans are endangering the entire void ship, tussling over a strange, obviously false rumor. If you so desire, I will convey your wishes to the guards later, but right now the unrest must be stopped and the people return to their direct duties or replaced. My wishes, Voxmaster, for the guards to sort out the situation before we forfeit the crew wholesale, investigate the rumors and find the real culprits, and no violence. Let's see to it. The situation on Falstone requires your attention. A pilgrim has publicly declared that Saint Drusus sends him revelations in his dreams. There are undocumented reports claiming that he has performed miracles. For as long as the intensity of the problem of the... I'm fucking tired. Prophet remains to be verified. Prelate Hectaricus has denied him entry into the temples of the Order of the Hammer. Meanwhile, the young man preaches in the streets, gathering his own flock. His Eminence Silencius, Cardinal of Falstone, has privately shared his doubts regarding the Prophet's legitimacy. He believes that his nuisance could pose a danger and suggests that he be subject to a trial of fate. Such trials are known to result in the contender's death. What is to be done? What do we know about this so-called Prophet? Tiber Hike, a void builder from Footfall. He prefers to be called Brother Pure Voice. Unremarkable commoner with no family. His first revelation came to him when he disembarked from a pilgrim ship on a Falstone. His sermons are directed at commoners, appealing to them for humility and mercy. No anarchical pronunciations or radical deviations from the creed have been found in his words as of yet. I wish to hear the opinions of my advisors. People listen to him, give this working, grant a gorgeous palace, some servants provide him with every conceivable and inconceivable pleasure, then his sermons will be the voice of not just the saint, but you as well. False prophets in the street are common occurrence. Their sermons breed turmoil, riots, and acts of disobedience. The Inquisition recommends that such unstable agents be isolated and quietly removed. True advocates of faith are rare. Most preachers contending for the status of saint turn out to be ambitious liars, madmen, or agents working for the enemies of humankind. Heinrichs, get rid of the troublemaker. I'll see that his disappearance is sufficiently mysterious so that the believers delve into speculations about his ascension instead of trying to look for the truth. Time passed 2 hours 24 minutes. Pure-voiced prophet mysteriously vanished. Rumors of his miraculous ascension immediately spread among the rabble, and soon there were those claiming to have witnessed the event. The cult of Saint Drusus is pleased that the suspicious prophet preaching on its behalf troubles the faithful no longer. Visit. I still have to play Age of Empires 4. That out of the window. Steppe world, unknown ships, jungle world, and the ocean world. Mobile extract. See the ships, just don't tell me it's some fucking battle. Give me a trade, something. Pirates. Belonging to the football wealthiest traders. They stole some cargo from the ship that was traveling to
purge your enemies, rogue trader.
Falcon class frigate.
This one's going down. Lay in the course.
Fucking hell.
Macro cannons, volley! Torpedoes, locked. Another salvo!
Fuck you, game.
Leave the hull! Strewn across the stars!
Oh, I got 6 rounds to destroy the ship. I'm supposed to target the weak side and ignore the small one.
Bleed them! The time has come! Fire right now! Another salvo!
Shitting torpedoes. Well, literally he's shitting torpedoes.
Leave the hull strewn across the stars!
And I'm supposed to destroy this.
the course.
Game, are you serious?
Another salvo!
Stop it, you fucktard.
A breach in the enemy's shield has been revealed.
The time has come. Fire the last batteries! Fire right now! Another salvo!
They keep spawning around me. I destroyed the frigate.
Cannons, volley! Lay in the course. Fire right now!
Nobody survives battle with this void ship.
Unleash our vengeful salvo. Torpedoes locked.
Don't tell me I need to destroy all ships. That's impossible. That's impossible.
Onward!
my torpedo.
Beware, Lord Captain. Our shield is down.
Fire the lance batteries. Unleash our vengeful salvo. The time has come.
It's over.
They pale before our mastery of the void.
I destroyed a frigate. I guess it counts. Combat finish. One Valencia's flagship experience is now 2. Need 532 more to gain the next level. Repair. I don't know. I really don't know what I gained out of this outside of XP. Extract Xenotech. Land. We got a jungle world. Servitors. Bottomless pit.
I won't tolerate weakness. None shall stand in my way.
My success is irrefutable certainty.
Just to recover parts.
Victory awaits.
The darkness swirls beneath your feet, a void of impenetrable gloom. You do not hear a single sound from the depths of the pit, no wailing wind, no rustle of dust. Step back for now.
Follow my lead.
What the fuck is happening here? Awareness.
Damn it! I mean, just bad luck.
Luck my ass. It's always like that.
A job for me.
Touch the darkness and the darkness will accept you.
It's about time.
Would you look at that?
Data slate. It's been several months since we arrived here, and yet we're no closer to understanding the local phenomenon. All that we're able to learn quite literally lies on the surface. The object does not reflect sound or light, on the contrary, it very much absorbs them. After extensive excavation, we did ascertain, at least, that the object is vast and goes deep below the planet's surface. However, any attempts to measure it resulted in loss of machinery or staff. Archaeological studies have turned out to be more productive. Their findings have revealed an amalgamation of architectural styles of various cultures, including those of Xeno's origin. According to the boldest theories, the earliest of these structures date from the beginning of 30th millennium, and all of them are without a doubt of a religious nature. Analysis of bas-reliefs and remaining epigraphic text shows that a cult was formed around the object. For many centuries, Xenos and subsequently humans worshipped the object in exchange for certain boons, undoubtedly imagined by primitive or corrupted minds. The Black Pet.
Operation successful.
A new
I have
challenge
an
for
eye
me?
for treasure.
Dark pattern.
One and it's done.
Surface covered in countless scratches. You can discern some logic in them. Someone began by scratching strange symbols, but then effaced them, adding extra marks and lines.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
We need to step into the void.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Let's see what it is. Lean over and stretch your hand into the darkness. Examine the pit. The bright daylight cannot pierce the darkness lying over the slopes. The longer you look into its depth, the stronger the feeling grows that the darkness isn't just an absence of light. It's something immeasurably vast, endless, capable of reaching the furthest stars, of swallowing a galaxy. Through sheer force of will, you avert your gaze. Whatever this phenomenon may be, there is no warp sorcery within it. Lean over and stretch your hand into the darkness. At the edge of your consciousness, you sense something slimy and intangible answering your invitation for contact. It seeps into your thoughts, tasting your emotions. Surprise and curiosity envelop you, but these feelings are not your own. Quickly step away from the hole. Willpower 10. Bottomless pit succeeded. Each step takes a tremendous effort. It feels as if you're being smothered from the inside, grinding your very being to dust to the point where your heart just might jump out of your chest, but you stubbornly continue walking until the alien tells release you, and the illusion immediately falls away. It carries on with its silent existence.
Follow my lead.
The fuck is this? Let me see this again. What if I go down? Submit to the entity's will. You're hit by a sudden wave of all-consuming silence. A moment later, the world around you disappears, leaving only black, vicious, boundless darkness. Absoluteness of it's overwhelming, and you slowly sink into the void that is sucking you in. What are you? You're looking at a tiny person peeking over the edge of the bottomless darkness. You're looking at yourself, then you blink and see the same place, except the camp around you is full of life. Scholars are zipping back and forth between field structures, switching on unfamiliar machines in an attempt to know the unknown. A moment later, they're all nude, singing and dancing around the pit. The smell of heated bodies, blood and sweat assault your nostrils, drowning out your thoughts. One by one, the lunatics fall into the embrace of nothingness. You make out toad-like Xenos building a temple around the pit. They're praying, conducting rites, making sacrifices to the darkness in hopes of unimaginable gifts. Then darkness shrouds everything once more. Or rather, you are the darkness, something immeasurably vast, endless, capable of reaching the furthest stars of swallowing a galaxy. Some will pulls you out of the cozy embrace of the void towards the light, and you snap out of the vision as sorrow fills you from within. What do you want? You find yourself on the floor of an abandoned estate. You feel someone's disgusting presence behind you, and raspy foul breath tickles your nostrils. A drop of water trickles down from the stone ceiling and shatters the silence with a deafening splash. A heavy door before you is open. You could try to escape. It is now or never. Get up and run as fast as you can. Turn around and fight the creature. Turn around and fight the creature. You turn around, intent on killing the thing with your bare hands, but then exclaim in hesitation. You recognize the disfigured monster that is staring at you balefully from the darkness. You let out a heavy sigh, and a cloud of hot, fetid vapor settles on the smooth surface of the mirror. You sit at the apex of a massive onyx pyramid. Your abilities are limitless. With a single thought, you can raise mountains, drain an ocean, or disperse the clouds. But nobody cares anymore. Soon your brothers and sisters will sacrifice you, so that they can share your power among themselves and guide the civilization to prosperity. Pervert the ritual to stop the insane civilization for all time. Proceed with the ceremony for the sake of future generation. Kill your brothers and sisters and be the sole ruler of the civilization. Proceed with the ceremony. Solemnly you're placed on a cold black slab covered in a glowing script. You close your eyes and pray as your brothers and sisters rip your 7 hearts out of your chest. By the end of the ceremony, they're gnawing at every last bone of your body, shedding tears of sorrow. You join your ancestors within the black monolith. For many centuries thereafter, you watch from above as your civilization blossoms. You're lying on a burning sand, struggling to open your eyes, but your eyelids feel too heavy. You can barely move your arms and legs, your stomach hurts, your throat is bone dry. Yeah, my throat is bone dry from the game. As far as choices go, I'll roll all choices once the full version is out, as I always do. Several of your kin, all emaciated, are scattered around you. The hunger is so strong that it's driving you mad, and you let out a bestial howl. Something metallic clings next to your right hand, a knife. This is it. You can survive, you must survive. All you need to do is decide whom to sacrifice. Cut off a piece of yourself. The strange animal-like creature with barely noticeable shadows swirling around it. The sinewy young man wearing a blindfold. The feeble-minded one is gnawing on another's bones. The ugly mutant with multiple heads. Cut off the piece of yourself. Let's check. Fail and it said 100%. The ugly mutant with multiple heads. Clutch the knife in your hand and strike to the darkest glee. You close your eyes and gorge yourself on hot blood, sating your hunger until a heavy smack across your face brings you back to your senses. You're lying on the ground some distance away from the hole, surrounded by your worried comrades. Looking around, you realize that someone is missing. Missing. What? After contact with a mysterious entity, one of the senior officers has gone missing in System Specular. Return to the void ship and scan the planet with the augurs to locate the last officer. if it's not too late. Gonna do it again fast. And then I'll scan the planet. Interesting. Lean. Submit. What are you? Continue. What do you want? Turn around and fight a creature. Continue. Fellowship. Proceed with the ceremony. Continue. Toughness. Cut a piece of yourself. Again. Check. Failed. How did it fail? What's the requirement? Again, the same fucking thing. Okay. Roll result. On a full release. Definitely on a full release. Then I'll fuck around with all skill checks and everything. Not now. The Ogre crew scanned the surface on the world 3 times over in attempts to locate the missing senior officer. However, the Recon officers have just delivered an updated report. We have intercepted a distress call from the planet's surface. There is a high probability the portable transmitter sending it belongs to the missing officer. Requesting permission to dispatch a search party. Do so at once. Errand is complete. After several hours of searching, the senior officer is brought aboard, barely conscious. His exhausted mind has no recollection of the day's events, but the healers have noted that some of his bodily functions somehow underwent an almost imperceptible yet inexplicable transformation. Whether his change is permanent or not, only time will tell. Okay. If you say so. World. Xenos Compendium. 5 Telor Xenos test. Eldari grenades. And cargo. It's yet. Did I lose the companion? No. Or did I? They were the fuck? I lost Pascal. For good. Did I? Or I got him back. I think I got him back. But he received some permanent changes. Yeah. This is where I lost him. What's hell? And then I got him back, but he came back with permanent changes that we're gonna discover along the way. Champion of the Darkness, +5 to willpower. He improved his lore on Xenos. You need to be careful who you pick here, okay? So you can actually raise the stat that you're gonna need during the entire campaign. Clear. God, how many worlds are here? That's a lot of content for early alpha. Really a lot. Chart the course. Dangerous route. Need to go step by step. If you do it like this, you pay. And on top of it all, it's red. Like, A sighting of Lady Theodora on lower decks. Messages we receive are incomplete and vague, little more than yelling and hysterical claims. There are reports of casualties and unrest. The compartment in question has already been sealed off, but I thought you might want to look into what's going on for yourself. The situation is delicate, and what's especially disturbing, there are mentions of Idira Tlas being present on the scene. What she's doing there? Idira is a psyker. We're in the warp. You're the only one who would risk setting foot in that compartment. If you do not, you will never see Idira again. Did not ignore this matter. I'll deal it. Since I started, crap after crap happens, bruh. Every time when you enter the warp, some shit happens.
I'm restless.
Veteran. What are you using, veteran? Bolter. Flamer. I don't know what to pick.
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay.
Flame weapon expert. Why I can't pick a single thing now? What are you doing? Select career. Pick. Flamer or Or bolter. Flame. Ballistic. Except, I don't know if ballistic counts for the flamethrower also. Macro cannon chamber. Man, I'm tired. I've been playing 10 hours.
This 6th floor zone is blessed with multifunctionality.
A new challenge for me?
Probably some demon possessed someone, then they see this Theodora, who now deigns to grace us with their presence, another gaggle of heretics and traitors thirsting to get their due for what they've done. Or is it the leader himself who has finally grown tired of hiding behind others? Theodora von Valancius is before you, and she looks grotesque. A hole yawns wide in her chest. Rusted hooks protrude from beneath her skin, and a lump and flame scar cuts across her throat. Figure flickers as though it's dropping in and out of this reality. She looks at you with the whitish eyes of a corpse and smiles venomously. Rogue trader will meet at last. I had grown tired of waiting for you to pay me a visit. Theodora's gaze is appraising, and her mocking tone turns to one of the taste. Indeed, centuries of selfless toil and effort, and everything I left behind has gone to this non-entity. Illusion begun. Warp illusion. Argenta, my dear, there's no need to make such a fuss. Why don't we sit down over a cup of recaf like we used to? I'll listen to your rapturous tales of sacred relics, portents, and your special path. You must have been so lonely without me here. No one else is willing to listen to your ravings or help you with your childish treasure hunt. What are you? Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scarus, rogue trader of the Imperium and commander of this voyage. Alas, my glorious voyage through life was ended in the dullest possible way by death. And you, since I stayed off as long as I could, did not weep for me, my boy. I'm still keeping an eye on my property and punishing all those who failed me. You're not Theodora. Theodora is dead. There is no coming back from that. I'm no different from those who have not yet crossed the divide between reality and eternity. I see, I speak, I remember the sins you all committed against me. And for all those who failed me, I have already begun exacting my retribution. I truly am Theodora, the remnants of herself that she left behind in this world. I'm an echo of her memories preserved in the minds of those who cared for her. And the taste of tears spilled for the unsaid and the undone, and the terror of she who failed to turn the tide of fate and who refuses to look truth in the face. I'm as real as the human passions that bring worlds to ruin. If you are Theodora, then tell me who really killed you. Wouldn't you like to know the answer to that question? I don't even know which would be more satisfying, to give you an honest answer or leave you to languish in your ignorance. We'll see how you conduct yourself, little boy. Where is Idira? All I did was turn that little mutt from the fringes into a true Imperial. I gave her toys, I played up after her antics, I provided her with everything she could ever dream of. What do you want? I'll send you back into the abyss you crawled out of. She will drag me and the warrant to hell with her. Follow Theodora. Mutants. And even though I also leveled up. That's it, I'm that tired, especially to level up, especially to continue playing. I played for 10 hours today, we're gonna continue from here tomorrow. I just can't anymore. That's gonna be it. Guys, next stream, same time tomorrow as today. And again, it's gonna be above 8 hours. My back is killing me. My throat is sore from reading. I'm just freaking done for tonight. People, thanks for watching. The next stream should be in around 15-16 hours from now. I'll notify when I start on Discord. People, I wish you all good night.